Okay, we start with the next one. Birth, jati. So here it is a final state comprising the entire embryonic process, beginning with conception and ending with childbirth. So when the womb is developed, they prepare 9 months for the final delivery. So Digha Nikaya Buddha mentioned the birth of beings belong to this or that order of beings. Their being born, their conception, okanti, and springing into existence. The manifestation of the group, corporality, feeling, perception, mental formation, consciousness, and the acquiring of the sensitive organ is called birth. This is how Buddha described how birth is conceived. So birth in Paṭicca-samuppāda refers to arising or becoming of the birth process. So after all these base stages is a last state that birth will come out. So the wholesome, unwholesome karma process condition the birth process upasati. So it's a roja, good and bad all together inside. So you condition the next baby. So the once human embryo is now fully developed for birth. Okay, so birth started and a baby formed. And then immediately after this is a sequence of jara marana or old age and death. So as you go from baby, you go to youth, adult, and final senior, and finally to old man, old woman. It logically follows that with birth comes old age and death, jara marana. So dependent origination becomes a set about the condition of old age and death. Then he mentioned in this statement, through rebirth are conditioned old age and death. Then upon death, this will follow sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, and despair. Because when the death, all these are happening. So thus arises the whole mass of suffering again in the future. So upon death is death. So the 5 conditions of sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, and despair arises as secondary condition. So these conditions are absent in the Brahma Loka and may also be unfamiliar in the embryo which dies in the womb. The only absence of this condition, when you are born, death in Brahma Loka, you don't have all this, okay? No physical body. And then, those I told you, because of bad karma condition, under 9 months, the foetus, aborted, all these will not suffer. But the woman that carry this suffer. So old age and death are seen as primary and compulsory resulting of birth. So that's why you see this, you get sick of it. Birth, next one is death. So birth is identified as a principal condition of suffering. That's why Buddha already said the cause of suffering is birth. So in the textual formula, it said, thus arises the whole mass of suffering. Evam itesta kevalasa dukkha kan dasa samuyat dayo hoti. This one is what Buddha always preached. Thus arises the whole mass of suffering. It was the first doctrine of Buddha reflected on immediately after enlightenment. It's a backbone of all his teaching. This one can be found in his enlightenment when he spoke about this. There is no first cause, but incalculable is the beginning of this faring samsara. Earliest point is not revealed. So Buddha never said first cause. Okay, it's this cycle that can never be escaped. Buddha dig forward links understanding and reverse link understanding before fully conceive the application of the causal principle. So Buddha under the Bodhi tree, he reflect on this child link, and he also reverse back to ignorant. Okay, so he ponder on this forward and backward many times until he fully realize it. Okay, this is how great our Buddha is. Forward path he reveal, and then he find the solution also by reversing the path, trace it to ignorance. Okay, so that's the thing how when you understand this child link, you won't want to come back again. And then this author, DJ Kalupandana, is very great in this Buddhist philosophy. He said, it's not the beginning of the cycle of existence, but it's one of the most important factors that contribute to evil or unwholesome behavior that, when completely eliminated, leads to enlightenment and hence to a cessation of suffering. So when you understand this, the unpleasantness of this samsaric cycle, you will wish to get enlightenment quickly to end all this suffering. That's what he's trying to put across. Okay. That's why, as a human, it's more easy for you to get enlightened rather to be in the heavenly realm, which take longer and you may not even realize it. So when I talk ignorant, it's not costless. It's a Sammaditthi Sutta mentioned that Arahat Sariputta, to the question regarding the cause of ignorance, says that ignorance arises with the association of cankers, asava. Cankers, remember cankers? All the bad things. So because you ignore all those evil things, then this is a cause of ignorance. So Paṭicca-samuppāda said, since the factors are causally related, are mutually interdependent. That is why the 12 links are forever linked together, interdependent to each other. So you can never escape one after another. Nalaka Lapa Sutta said, consciousness and mentality, materiality are represented as factor mutuality. And then independent, similarly to two bundles of reed, supporting each other in an angular position. What he in this say, sutta, he said that when you use two reeds, those what you call grasses, wheat, they are put together, they put the two bundles, they support each other. So this is what they say. Nama rupa pacaya vijnana. Vijnana pacaya nama rupa. So this is interdependent upon each other. So the causal principle not only explain the origin of suffering in human existence, but applicable to society. Same thing, you can use Paṭicca-samuppāda in every aspect of your life, whether in society or in whatever things that you are. Example, you, as my teacher told me, you do stock, then it's also applicable to that. When to buy and when to sell. So how craving arises cause a variety of social evil is brought out in many sutta with the message that the resulting effect can be forestalled only by elimination of the generating causes. So you want to get rid, you must know what is the generating causes. These are various sutta which say about all this dependent origination. Causal principle to dispel false notion about an enduring self. In this Mahatanha Sankaya Sutta, I said, Sutta is to dispel the notion of self and notion that consciousness was akin to a self. So everything is due to your, when you have a big ego, the self, then you are blinded by it. So Buddha explained to the deluded bhikkhu Sati that consciousness is nothing other than a product of conditioned origin. That means the condition of this all consciousness is actually the condition of the so-called your ego. Anatta pacaya nati vinyasa sambayo. Okay? So the reply of Bhikkhuni Vichara to the evil one Mara, there's no being but as an assemblage of conditioned relation being used to exemplify the doctrine of no soul. So this one Bhikkhuni Vicharana explained this Amara is this evil thought that come and bother her. So this is how she said this conditioned relation of this no soul. And then you analyze, you evolve to a succession of development, signified variation in character and objective as is passed down from early Buddhist sutta to the later Nikaya text, to the Abhidhamma treatise and the commentary exegesis. So earliest Genesis formulate the four simple axioms of the four Samyutta Nikaya and the Chula Ulu Davi Sutta. So all this can be found in a later sutta, which they give further explanation. So earliest formula was a direct relation with the noble truth of suffering and cessation of suffering. So when you trace back of this, how this formula, Paṭicca-samuppāda comes about, Buddha in the earlier sutta is talking about the noble eightfold truth and how to end suffering. The second state is found in the 12-factor formula. We represent the standard formula. So in Mahadindana Sutta, is the closest sutta relate. This formula contains only 9 factors minus avijja, sankara, and salayanatana. So even later study, they found that this particular sutta has 9 of it. And then final state of development found is, because these are all scholar written result of their study. So final state of development found in the 7 treatise of Abhidhamma Paṭicca-samuppāda. This one we will study next year. This will have a better explanation of the one we have now studying, the Paṭicca-samuppāda. So Patana represent the high watermark, I mean highly developed one, of the development of doctrine of causality. A complete detailed elucidation of the dependent origination by means of 20 modes of conditionality, Paccaya. So when you study this Patana, we have further in-depth into the Paṭicca-samuppāda, which are applied to all mental and physical phenomena and occurrences. And then even Mahayana later developed on Mahayana side on the doctrine of emptiness, Suyanta. It's a core doctrine of philosophy of middle way. Manya Mika is propounded by Nagarjuna. Also, this one is also derived from here. Okay, so actually, it's not so-called. Many of the Mahayana, they love this particular. They treat it as the second Buddha. Okay, so this one actually is derived out from the Theravada doctrine. So these diverse views of scholar are view of doctrine of emptiness and causal genesis are identical and itself is the middle path. That's what Buddha preached about, middle path. And then the 3 period of perspective. Okay, as you saw in the earlier PDF printout, cannot see thoroughly. I will give you the diagram later. It's another form to oppose the dependent origination. I told you earlier, the 12 links are classified into 3 periods, past, present, and future. The past cover avijja and sankara. The present is Vyana, Nama, Rupa, Salayatana, Pasa, Venana, Taha, Upadana, Kama, Vava. And the future, I mean, when the birth happen, we have birth and jati, marana. That's the future. So avijja, sankara are considered as conditions that bring about the present condition of being. So Paṭicca-samuppāda can be considered as 3 phases. And then due to ignorance of the past, both wholesome and unwholesome deeds are performed. So this leads to the karmic formation energies and manifest as sankara. So they condition the present situation of Vyana, Nama, Salayana, Pasa, Vyanana, Tangha, Upadatana, and Kama, Vava. So the present condition is caught in the web of existence, finally result in a future birth state, jati. Having born, old age, and death follow, janana mana follows. Okay, so this explain all the 12 link. Then tutorial explain the statement pasa paccaya venana, dependent on contact arises feeling in Paṭicca-samuppāda. This one, who want to do?
Brother Lau, I do lah.
You do ah? Okay, very good. must,
Lau,
must explain, go and do a thorough study and explain it.
who is
Long-winded one.
Sorry, Brother Lau, who is Nagarjuna?
Pardon?
Just saw that guy, Nagarjuna, who is that?
It's a Mahayana, just for your knowledge. Don't go and study. You study area, you go bonkers.
So
You
the
after
Chinese,
finish YMBA, then go and see him and read that one.
the Chinese name is what?
Mahayana, he's treated as second Buddha.
What is his Chinese name called what?
Chinese. My Chinese very bad. Yeah, I
Huh?
can't remember. Anybody from Mahayana?
Nagarjuna is actually from northern India, northeast India. He's actually
The
Indian
later one after Buddha.
after Buddha, but it was before. It was later translated to Mandarin. Before that, it was in India in Sanskrit. They said a lot of their treaties are in Sanskrit.
The 华译名叫什么？没有听过的。I mean, maybe that 有听过。That's why curious who is this person, Nagarjuna.
Seldom mentioned, but I think it's similar name. It's just that they use the sound to pronounce it.
Okay lah.
You just Google Kong. Then you
find the English word. Cannot find the Chinese word.
can you go and find. Sure can find Wikipedia, all that can find one. Very common one. He is what considered as second Buddha. Okay, so sister Teo doing this. All right, go and do a study and then cook up a essay. Okay, so say again. 2 weeks time try your best. Then next one here is a summary of what is Paṭicca-samuppāda. Okay, talking about 12 link, paccaya mean condition. So this is the English one. Okay. So basically the 12 factor you need to know it well. Okay, so that's it today. And our sister will need her do her presentation. I hope she's around.
Yeah, she's in the group.
Yeah.
Sister,
Okay.
Sister
I
Chai-hun,
close my slide,
龙树不孝.
and you can take over. Hold on.
Sister Chai-hun is 龙树菩萨.
Correct.
龙树菩萨.
So I shall start now. Okay, it's the tutorial question, year 2010. Who is a stream winner? Stream winner means Sotapanna. So I mentioned the special virtues of a stream winner. Okay. But before I start, I will say the 4 stages of enlightenment. They are Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, and the Arahant. So in the English translation, it means the stream enterer or the stream winner, once returner, non-returner, and the Arahant. So who is the stream winner? Sotapanna. Now, the first stage of enlightenment are the stream winner or Sotapanna. So stream winner basically have to undertake 2 paths before they are called a stream winner. That is the path to the stream entry and the fruition of stream entry. So Sotapanna means one who entered the stream. Here, the stream refers to the Noble Eightfold Path, which needs to be cultivated in order to attain full enlightenment. One who entered this stage is said to be opened, the eye of Dhamma. Now, a stream enterer has seen through one's own wisdom the impermanent nature of all conditioned mental and physical phenomena, including the six bases. That there is the eye, the ear, the nose, the tongue, the body, and the mind, and the mental phenomena arising from them. Now, they have also seen the impermanent nature of the five aggregate of clinging. There is the Paṭicca-samuppāda, that a person or a being is made up of, namely form or matter. There is rupa, feeling or sensation, vedana, perception, sanya, mental formation, sankhara, and the consciousness, there is the vijnana. It is said that one who has opened the eye of the Dhamma will attain the level of arahantship in a maximum of 7 rebirths or even less than 7 lifetimes. When you become a stream enterer, you become free from the right and riches. You don't have identity issue. Stream enterer will have the utmost confidence, that is sada, in the three jewels, that is the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. It is believed that one who enters at this stage will never be reborn in the lower realm, that is the realm of animal, hungry ghosts, and hellbeing. They mention the special virtues of a stream winner. So stream winner or stream enterer are endowed with virtue and happiness. There is adequate virtue to ensure that they will not cause danger, distress, or harm to anybody. On the contrary, their behavior will benefit both themselves and also others. This virtue is secured because it stems from the thorough knowledge which leads to a new way of seeing the world. As for happiness, a stream enterer has encountered a profound inner happiness that is of tremendous value. Although they have reached a level of realization, they still possess a subtle degree of defilement. They will still grieve and lament when encountering separation. They still have aversion, like unawakened people, but will not lead to any serious misconduct. Their suffering is minor compared to the suffering they have abandoned. Now, they still experience sensual or mundane pleasure. They are not carried away by this causal form of happiness. They will not sacrifice the refined happiness to increase mundane happiness. Mundane happiness is balanced by their transcendent happiness. This transcendent happiness is both a consequence of and a supporting factor for virtue. It is a confirmation that a person will not regress and it supports further spiritual growth. They are firmly established and secured in a happy, wholesome, and a faultless life. So that's the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Good. Probably only comment. You need to put a conclusion.
Conclusion.
Of what is the benefit of Sotapanna or that, something you write on it. Proof on it.
Okay.
Okay, very good. You have a good introduction, a good content. So you keep to this standard, I think you should have no problem scoring the 20 marks. Okay, thank you, sister.
Thank you.